It's time for my updated college football playoff predictions. Here's a look at what my preseason bracket looked like. There's a lot of things I'm proud of, like Oklahoma, Georgia Tech, and LSU being on here. That's aged well so far. But also, Notre Dame, Clemson hasn't aged as great. So let's get to my updated bracket. Headed into week 5, this is what I think the playoff bracket will look like at the end of the season. I've got Ohio State, Georgia, Penn State, and yes, Florida State all receiving byes. I think the Noles have an opportunity for a really excellent run in conference play, especially as Clemson looks less and less intimidating. I've got Georgia Tech, LSU, and Oklahoma, all teams I was very high on in the preseason in there after passing some early tests. Indiana looks great. I think they'll go 10-2 with losses to Oregon and Penn State most likely, but that's still a playoff team in my opinion, especially if they play as good as they have been playing. Oregon's still in here, Bama and LSU still in here as well, and then Texas Tech. I think in the Big 12 they can make some serious noise. I'm still going to rock with Tulane out of the American Conference, which I went back and forth between them and Boise State. I think with Retzloff at the helm, they look phenomenal on offense. Ole Miss did just shut them down, but I still think they can come out on top in that conference. As far as actually picking the bracket goes, I think Indiana can pull off a road victory over Oklahoma. Sooners have shown a little bit of inconsistency on offense so far this year. I think Indiana is a better version this year than they were last year. I think Oregon rolls against Tulane. I think Bama wins against LSU, which will at the very least be a rematch. Could be the third time they play if they meet in the SEC title game. Texas Tech, I think, gets it done at home versus Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech just has some limitations that are going to limit them in the playoffs. Ohio State has given no reason to doubt them as a playoff team and a contender, so I think they beat Indiana, especially late in the year. I think they'll be rolling. Georgia-Oregon should be a great game. I'm going to rock with the Bulldogs and Kirby Smart getting his guys together in a big game. I like what the Georgia offense has shown they're capable of doing, and I think the defense will come along under Smart this year. I think Alabama pulls off a big-time upset. I think this could be the Ohio State of this year in terms of a team that does take some tough losses, but gets hot late in the year. We've seen the way Simpson's been playing and the way they've corrected some of their early mistakes. I think Texas Tech could pull off an upset. I'm going to rock with that one against Florida State. Maybe the Noles don't get tested enough in ACC play, and Texas Tech comes out of nowhere and pulls off a crazy upset. But as for my actual national championship prediction, I'm actually still rocking with my preseason pick. Call it stubbornness, whatever you want. I think Alabama's going to bounce back and win a national title this year. We just watched Ohio State lose a couple of games in the regular season and then get hot late and win it all. That's still fresh in the mind. I stick with what I thought from the preseason from Alabama. I still see the signs of a great team. I think Florida State is just really good and took out Alabama to start the season. So I'm still rocking with the Crimson Tide. Let me know down in the comments, though, what do you think of my updated playoff predictions?